Philippine and US forces have teamed up for military drills at a time of increasing friction with China, and members of Japan's self-defense forces have joined as observers. The exercises took place along a Philippine coastline facing out toward disputed islands in the South China Sea. The Philippines appears to be trying to check its powerful neighbor by forging closer ties with the US and Japan. NHK World's Charmaine Deogracius reports from Cavite on southern Luzon Island.
Combined elements of the Philippines and the U.S. Marines will simulate a special operations in a littoral environment to exercise their interoperability in amphibious boat raids. The joint military drills began this month in the Philippines along the South China Sea. About 2,000 Marines from the two countries are taking part in a variety of training exercises, including one simulating the retaking of an island from enemy forces. The Philippines is now hurriedly stepping up its military cooperation with the United States and boosting its naval power. Behind this move is a sense of crisis over China's increasing presence in the South China Sea. China has been conducting a series of landfill projects in the disputed Spratly Islands and building facilities on the reclaimed land. An analysis by a British research institute announced late last month showed that China has completed a 3,000-meter airstrip in the islands. That's long enough for military aircraft. Once the runway goes into operation, China will have a base for military activities very close to the Philippines.
That is a cause-for alarm or concern, not only for the Philippines, but also for all other countries that are benefiting in the South China Sea. The presence of the United States in the region gives us the confidence that they would help us, the small countries in the region.
The Philippine government is taking measures to counter China's increasing activity. This is Oyster Bay on the western Philippine island of Palawan, just over 100 kilometers from an area where China has reclaimed land on reefs. The Philippine government plans to build on existing facilities there and create a large vessel port and a heliport. A road to the new base is being hastily built. The Philippine military is considering sharing the base with the U.S. military to monitor China's maritime activities. The Philippines is also strengthening its ties with Japan. Philippine President Benigno Aquino visited Japan in June and agreed to start talks on the transfer of defense equipment and technology. Shortly afterwards, Japan's Maritime Self-Defense Force and the Philippine Navy conducted their first full-scale joint drill in the South China Sea. Japan deployed P-3C patrol aircraft. The two countries confirmed coordination between their units. This time, the JSDF has dispatched a team to observe the joint exercise by U.S. and Philippine forces. The Philippines hopes to work with Japan for security in the South China Sea.
Japan is one of those like-minded nations. And now, the term security is actually a broad term. But what we see in Japan is cooperation or collaboration in coming up with a better capability.
The South China Sea is now called Asia's biggest potential flashpoint. It is crucial that both Japan and the United States ensure the safety of the South China Sea, as it is home to several important sea lanes. With China looming over it, the Philippines is aiming to step up ties with Japan and the United States based on their shared values and interests. Charmaine Deogracius, NHK World, Cavite on southern Luzon Island.